Welcome to Indie Games on Fire, the series where I introduce 5 indie games that are burning bright with innovation and fun. In each episode, we'll dive into what makes these games unique and why you should give them a shot, whether they're redefining gameplay or offering something completely new. These indie gems have something special to offer. Let's jump right in and see what's hitting up this month. Number 5, we have Thronefall, an action strategy game that combines real-time combat with tower defense elements. You'll be defending your kingdom from waves of invaders, carefully balancing your resources and strategically placing your defenses while you're fighting off enemies in real time. The mix of strategy and action feels fresh, especially for a game that doesn't come from a major studio. Players are drawn to its challenging gameplay and the satisfying sense of accomplishment you get when you finally beat a tough level. The learning curve can be steep, but that just adds to the excitement for those who love a challenge. Visually, it's not as polished as some bigger titles, but honestly, that's not what matters here. What matters is how it introduces a new spin on the strategy genre, making it feel different from the more predictable, formulaic approaches of some of AAA games. Number 4, Tiny Glade. As someone who used to work as an architect, I have to say Tiny Glade is a game that's close to my heart. This sandbox game lets you build cozy medieval dioramas without the pressure of resource management or combat. It's perfect if you just wanted to kick back, relax, and create something beautiful. There is no right or wrong in this game. You can simply enjoy the peaceful process of constructing castles, towers, and scenic landscape. Personally, I found the game to be a therapeutic experience, almost like a form of digital meditation. And yes, there are some limitations in what you can build, but that's part of the charm. It doesn't overwhelm you with options or complex mechanics. Compared to similar sandbox games, it's much more about peace and creativity than hitting objectives, which is what makes it stand out for me. It's a reminder that sometimes simpler games can be the most calming and rewarding. And number 3, Slackers Carts of Glory. Ever been grocery shopping and thought, would it be fun if I could just ride this cart down the aisle and be silly? Well, you're in luck. Slackers Carts of Glory is here to fulfill that wild daydream. In this game, you race shopping carts in wacky over-the-top courses while performing ridiculous stunts and trying to come out on top. Think of it as a Mario Kart meets grocery store madness. What makes this game really appealing is its creativity and the sense of humor. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which is part of its charm. Players love the silly nature and how the game turns a mundane activity into a chaotic, fun-filled experience. But of course, it's not without its downsides. Some of the controls feel a bit loose, making it challenging to steer accurately. And the track variety could use a bit more spice. Still, the game brings you a fresh twist to racing games, and if you're up for some kart-based chaos, Slackers will definitely make you laugh. Number 2, Precinct. Precinct places you in the shoes of a rookie cop navigating the streets of a crime-ridden city. What really makes this game cool is how it gives you that authentic cop experience. You start your shift at the precinct, gathering evidence and piecing together clues, and then head back out on the streets to hunt down suspects. It's not just about chasing criminals, it's about solving cases and making decisions that matter. The game shines on creating a gritty urban environment, where every choice feels like it could have a real impact. The city feels alive, and as you gather evidence, question suspects, and explore crime scenes, you get the sensation of being a real detective. Of course, there are some drawbacks. Some missions feels a bit too linear for a game that aims to offer choice, and the AI doesn't always act intelligently, sometimes taking away from the immersion. Even with these flaws though, Precinct captures that feeling of a real cop drama, something that not many big budget titles manage to do as convincingly. And finally, number 1, Caravan SandWitch. Caravan SandWitch is an adventure game set on the desert planet of Kigalo. You play as Saj, a scavenger searching for her lost sister in a world filled with peculiar characters and hidden stories. The game's hand-drawn, cartoon-like art style makes the world feel vibrant and distinct. But what really sets it apart is how you can just chill on your couch and enjoy a fun experience without having to point a gun at anyone. It's a game that brings exploration and puzzle solving to the forefront, focusing more on atmosphere than on combat. Many players appreciate the game's laid-back pace and quirky side quests, which create a relaxing experience. However, the vast desert settings sometimes feel a little too empty, leading to occasional stretches where there is not much to interact with. The ending has also been noted as being somewhat underwhelming for some players. Despite these points, the fact that the game lets you unwind without the stress of constant action is what makes it special. It's a refreshing break from the usual games you see. There you have it, 5 indie games bringing something new and fun to the table. Each has its quirk, but that's what makes them worth checking out. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.